All right, all the little guys getting into their little spot here because they're all going up here and going outside, which is good. So we're sort of getting them used to coming in and out of the trap. There's no trapping box on it, so they can go for a fly if they want. Done this probably the last 2 days in a row, which is good. Not really going to push them very hard. And just got that trap up as well, the bob wires I mean, which is these ones here. Usually they're down. Tomorrow what I'll do is start putting them down when I let them out. But for now, I'm just letting them in and out of here and just shut off their section as well, so they can't go back in there, but they can come into here. So we're just getting this little group ready. My older group in there, they're good, they're fine. They know how to fly, they know what they're doing. So now our main focus is getting these guys out until they are as good as the other bunch. And then we'll just start getting them in there together. So just getting these ones on the wing, strong as possible. But yeah, we'll see how they go. And you can see there's a lot of orange rings in here. These are all the ones that come from House of Pigeons, which are the Golden Wing Award birds. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they go. Some of these haven't all been out. Some of them just sit here because, you know, there's quite a few birds, but I'm not overly stressed at the moment. I will put a bit more time into them tomorrow and most likely Sunday, just to get them moving and up flying and stuff like that. But you know, they're all watching, see them, they're all looking, seeing what's going on, getting a bit of a feel for how things work around here. See if I can creep out of here without spooking too many of them. I just don't want them to go everywhere at the moment. I'm happy for them all to, you know, just be fluffing around here, having a good old time. Oh, gosh, what happened there? Scared the daylights out of me, mate. Some nice looking little babies in there. These are molting as well, so you'll have a really good look at them once they're all sort of finished molting. There's our recessive red. This one's got a nest mate here somewhere too. You can see it's starting to get a few darker feathers in it now as it molts. So it's going to be interesting to see how well that one turns out with the colour wise anyway. We've still got a few grizzles and stuff there, which is really good. See how they're flying away, landing on the roof and then coming back down. That's what I want to see. I just want them to know where they've got to come back into the loft. And at the moment, they're coming in and out, and in and out, in and out, in and out. So I'm pretty happy for them to be doing that at the moment. Just trying something different this year. All right, so while those ones are having a little bit of a flap around, we'll have a look in here. So yes, you're a good girl, you're doing a good job. Okay, hopefully the big boys come to the party this time, and we should have 2 eggs in there. Oh, there we go, we got 2 eggs, so I won't disturb them too much. The big boy, he's doing all right. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that he's definitely fertilized these eggs. That's the main goal, is if these eggs are fertile, then we're in with a chance. I tell you, I'm pretty excited. But if they're not, and you know, that's part of the game. It was a bit of a risk anyway, so you know, sometimes you just got to risk it to get the biscuit. So I'm hoping those ones are fertile. We'll check them in a couple of days. I might check them 2-3 days time, probably the end of the weekends, to see if we can start seeing any formation in those eggs, which will be I'll be pretty delighted if they are, because it's been a bit of a mission, but I feel like we're going to get there. Come on you two, this is what I'm waiting for. But I still haven't had my rings turn up yet, so that's not too bad. I'm not too stressed about that, because I put the rings on the other babies. It's just these ones here. Now that she's laid, if these are fertile, we're in with a chance. Just have a quick look in here. So let's just put them up here. So we did get the rings on this guy here. He looks really, really light. That's a little bit concerning, actually. Oh gosh. Oh, I can't even tell if that's actually blue that's on there. Hope she hasn't got with someone else. That's a really strange colour, but I think it is a blue bar, but it's just super light, that one. That's really interesting. This is a nice baby. I'd say he's the big boy out of this bunch. We've already got the ring on him, but I had to unfortunately get the ring on this one. I was hoping to get this little hen potato. That would have been really cool, but so, you know, I think next year we're just going to have to be better prepared. just put a whole bunch of pairs down. I didn't want to do that this year because I didn't want like another whole round of young birds to train, which that's what would have happened if we put down a whole bunch of pairs so that we get lined up for Pattaya. But yeah, well, I didn't want that. I'd prefer to miss out than actually miss out on entering Pattaya than actually end up with a whole bunch more birds, because I think I've got plenty enough as it is now, and I don't want to go overboard with it because I am working a lot more at the moment. So I'm just trying to manage. I think the amount of birds we can manage quite well, and we will start tossing in probably 8 weeks or so, the main group, once that weather calms down. I am going to spend a bit of time in here. It is Friday afternoon this weekend, so this weekend I'll spend a bit of time in here and basically sort a few pairs out. I'll be able to wean out this little one here. I don't know what I'm going to call this one. He's actually not going to make the race team. He'll be ready for next year now, so I'm not just going to push him. I might even call this one like Dark Storm or something. He's a pretty cool one. I was hoping for a black off that line. We call it Black Storm, but I think this one can just be Dark Storm because he's actually a really beautiful pigeon. But we'll get him out loft flying anyway and see how he goes, and then hopefully get him in the racing in 2024 season, I'd say now, which it kind of works out because I do want some older birds, and this little fellow will be part of that as well. So will his little nestmate here, which is a little bit younger. And I think there's one more baby over in the flying loft, which is off Leo and the Street Fighter hen. So that will be joined in with these ones as well. Those ones will be part of that as well because they didn't work out for Pattaya. If they go down lay an egg shortly, or which I feel like she will, then I might pick one from this pair. We can utilise this round of eggs and that one over there, so that'll give us 4. And I do have eggs there and eggs over there too, so we've got some options. I don't really want to enter those ones, so there is that option anyway. So I'm just looking at it like that. But this weekend we'll sort the birds out a bit anyway. I'll bring some birds over here. There's some that I'm going to start moving on as well, which are not too many of these ones. It's sort of just figuring out where we need to go from here on, because my main focus now is this group of birds here, which are the youngest of the young ones. Some of them are back in there, some are coming in and out, and some are just on the ground there, but I don't think any have gone too far, which is good. Whoa, you nearly hit me, buddy. But you know, that's our main focus, getting these ones ready, because I want them ready for this race season, and I want to toss all the birds together. I don't want to be tossing 2 different lots. I just want to put them all in their baskets and get them moving. But these ones have still got quite a while before we actually get to tossing, so it's cutting it fine. But that is why my main focus is on this group here, that we can get these up loft flying really well. And if they're not ready by the time that we start tossing the other ones, we might just start off with some really short tosses like I did last season. That worked really well. Some people might think that's a waste of time, but it works really well, I think, for these younger ones, just to slowly build them up. Because if we take them out 1-2 kilometers, we shouldn't really, in theory, lose any, especially if they've started ranging. You know, people would think that's going to be a bit of a waste of time, but this year I try and want to preserve as many young birds as I possibly can. We went through a few last year just because you know, they might not be ready, and maybe I was listening to too many people and just wanting to jump them too far. So this year I'm going to take a little bit softer approach, but we're going to do a lot more tosses than last year because I really want to build the fitness up in these birds a lot. And it's been really good actually so far this year, touch wood. It might change with this little group of birds here. I've not lost any around the loft. I had one go missing for 2 days and she come back. She's over in there. But hopefully we don't lose any of these guys, which I think is really good, that I'm taking a slower approach with them and using the viewing box and just kind of doing what we're doing at the moment. Because I think last year we lost a few around the loft just from, not from actual falcons taking them, but when falcons spook them, or they get spooked and they fly too far away. That's where we lost a few, so that's what I'm trying to avoid this year. Take it slow, get them comfortable around the loft, so if they do sort of spook off, they can find their way back. And so far it's doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy. So stay tuned for the next couple of days. I'll get some more videos out, hopefully some longer ones for you guys, and we will look at the other birds as well. We're starting to go through a bit more. We're just molting at the moment and mainly getting these guys ready, and hopefully, fingers crossed, at this point I don't really care, but if the birds do line up for Pattaya now, I'll be happy. If they don't, then we'll utilise the funds that we've set aside for that for a bigger one loft team within Australia this coming season. So either way, it's going to be win-win. We're not mucking around. Look at these little guys down here. It's not something I usually like, but you know, until they get a little bit more comfortable, quite happy for them to sort of just relax, you know, and then we'll get them the strictness on them, which I've done really well with the other ones. So see you tomorrow.